Arnold Schwarzenegger dispels the myth that muscle turns into fat. Bodybuilding legend Arnold Schwarzenegger sets the record straight on one of the most popular fitness myths. On November 18, 2025, he consulted the Arnold's Pump Club newsletter to reveal whether muscle turns to fat after a lack of exercise. Having conquered the Mr. Olympia stage 7 times during his career, Schwarzenegger has forever etched his name in bodybuilding history. Even though he hasn't competed for years, he remains a passionate bodybuilder, having worked tirelessly to preserve his longevity and muscle mass at 78 years old. Fat no longer melts away from his body like it used to, leaving the Austrian oak, searching for proven methods to stay in shape. Although he has already taken a break from training, Schwarzenegger is adamant that this hasn't prevented him from maintaining his lean muscle mass. Arnold Schwarzenegger wonders if muscle turns into fat. In the news report, Schwarzenegger explained what actually happens to muscles when weightlifters stop training. While some suggest it turns muscle into fat, he stated that this is far from the truth. Friends don't abandon their friends, believe that muscle turns into fat. Here's what really happens. If you've ever looked in the mirror after a bit too long away from the gym and thought, my muscle has turned to fat, you're not alone. It's one of the most common fitness myths, but biology tells a very different story. Schwarzenegger broke down the difference between fat cells and muscle fibers, noting that they cannot turn into one another. Muscle and fat are completely different tissues, and one cannot magically transform itself. Your muscle fibers, myocytes, and fat cells, adipocytes, are made up of entirely distinct cell types. Under normal conditions, they cannot transform into one another, just as your bones cannot turn into skin. Scientists have confirmed this in cell biology studies showing that even muscle stem cells exposed to extreme conditions do not become fat cells. The reason why muscle appears to turn into fat after a lack of training is twofold: muscle atrophy and fat accumulation. So why do you feel like your muscles turn into fat when you stop working out? Two distinct processes occur simultaneously. Muscle atrophy: without resistance training, your muscles shrink and lose tone. Fat accumulation: if you continue to eat the same amount while burning fewer calories, your body stores the extra energy as fat. Furthermore, Schwarzenegger explained that some muscle fat only exists because separate cells of this tissue develop with inactivity or aging. These changes occur simultaneously, creating the illusion that muscle has turned into fat. But that's all it is, an illusion. Fat can also appear within the muscle, called intramuscular adipose tissue, but it does not originate from the transformation of muscle fibers. It forms from separate cells that already exist in the muscle tissue and that develop during inactivity or aging. The bodybuilding icon emphasized that muscle atrophy and fat accumulation are reversible. The best part: both processes are reversible. Recycling helps you regain lost muscle faster than when you first built it. And adjusting your calorie intake during rest periods can prevent most of the fat gain in the first place. Your muscles don't turn into fat, they're just waiting for a signal to come back stronger, explained Arnold Schwarzenegger. Schwarzenegger believes that muscle quality is key to health. He recently explained how building muscle can help individuals burn fat and control their blood sugar. While cardio is often considered the most effective weight loss method, he argues that resistance training paves the way for lasting gains. If you're worried about your muscles shrinking after skipping a few workouts, Schwarzenegger advises you to stay calm. He emphasized that those muscle cells are ready to bounce back as soon as you get back into the swing of things.